All right, so I wanted to welcome everybody, and what I'm going to have you guys do today is we're going to talk here, and I've got Annabelle with me. We're
Yeah,
going to talk a little
that's
bit
me.
about, yeah, that's you. We're going to talk a little bit about the comic I'm working on for those who sponsored us for Extra Life. And so what I've done already is I've already did the pictures physically, and then I moved them over to my iPad where I did color on them, and you've seen them, and I've been sharing some of those. Now I'm going to take those and I'm screen capturing the specific panels, and I'm putting them in to the comic book itself so that I can create it. And that's what I'd like to share with you. So let's take a look at that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So here is the actual comic book pages, and you'll see here I've taken them and I've screen captured them, and you can see here some of the pages I've already done. And when I say a panel, I mean these squares. You see these little rectangles and squares? These are what we
Mhm.
call panels. The space between them is what we call a gutter.
Yeah.
If you,
That's me, Finn. Copelan.
yes, and you see right here these little boxes. These are what we
Yeah.
call narration boxes.
Yeah, it says my name and my brother's name.
Yes. And at this point, these are not meant to be specifically attached to any person. These
We're
are
trying to make a comic book
yes.
for
These
real.
yes. These are right now, these are basically this is just simply a narrator of
Mhm.
some kind giving the audience information. No one's really talking yet. It's only the talking begins here, and you can see that the first person who speaks is you.
Yep,
And I went
that's me.
and since your color is pink, I went ahead and gave you pink dialogue, and particularly the text itself.
Well, pink is my favorite color, but also blue and purple.
Yes. And I gave Finn, so I have him wearing blue. He talks in blue, and Copeland will talk in brown.
Yeah.
And then we have a narrator, a sort of guide, and he gets to speak. And I decided to give him these colored boxes. They're very for you guys. And when we see a situation like this is an example of a conversation going on. So, what's point? Which one do you think comes first in this little narration here?
So it's like that.
That top one. Who are you? And then he responds, "No one."
I'm talking to him.
Yes. And then you ask a question. He responds, and then you respond to again, and then he responds again. So you follow it just like that, downwards or left to right, as you'll see in a minute here. So here we go, more dialogue. And so you start, you're going to the land of letters, and we did some work on one of these earlier. That unfortunately the recording didn't take, but we did one involving here where you talked with the circle. And we actually got to do with some facts here where the image itself and the letters become one kind of thing.
He said free.
Yes, we dragged it out to show that. Now, we're going to work on one again. This one we're going to do with the encounter with Square. And I've already started by putting in the dialogue here where he goes,
hey, kid. This one first, and now we did this like a minute ago, and now we're going to do the rest with you.
And we're working off a script here. So let's
talk. You are going to see it, the rest with us.
Yes. So let's say here we've got the him. This is panel 1, and we only have him saying things. Let's see what panel 2 says.
So Copeland's looking at him.
Yes, he's turning to look at him. Now look at this. So you'll see here that the next panel we have triangle and square talking.
Triangle and square.
So I need to take this box here, because this is the dialogue box I'm using for the shapes, and I need to put squares first. Triangles gets to speak first, followed by square. Notice the order here. So that means triangle needs to appear first. So I'm going to move this box over here.
Yeah.
Because I need to make this appear the thing that you read first. And it says, he asks the question, where are you going?
Okay. Oh, so that's an interesting question.
Now, because you're walking over, and I'm going to drag that little arrow down. Now,
all right, guys.
He talks second. Now, to make it so that we understand that the square talks second, I need to put his like either to the left, or in this case, I can put it a little below, or I can put to the right and a little below.
Yeah.
To indicate that he's second. So let's type his. It says, so Square says, the dialogue I have for him says, he's responding. They are going with the guy with 4 sides rather than 3. And he's making a joke here. Do you get the joke?
No.
Okay.
It's funny, but I don't know.
Oh, no.
Okay, you're dragging your joke.
I know. I accidentally moved my alignment. Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He fixed it.
Yeah, and now I'm going to move my little box here.
Yeah.
Because a triangle has 3 sides.
Yeah.
He has 4. That's the joke. He said, I've got more. Yeah, I've got more sides than you. Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Now we got the next panel. So panel 3.
Okay.
Panel 3. We come
Scoot
down
up
here.
a little here.
Okay. Scoot up.
Good.
All right.
I'm
All right.
good. I'm
So
done.
let's take a look here at. Turn this a little bit. Put you in frame a little bit there. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next panel we have square. Panel 3. He says 4 equal sides at that. And I'm going to put a little exclamation point because I wanted to be very proud of that. He's got 4 equal sides because
yeah, sure.
he's a square.
Little.
He's a square.
Yeah,
So
you don't want that thing to be long, so it like goes all the way. Like you're cutting him.
Well, because he's got 4 equal sides. He's a square. Yeah. Now the next panel we have a rectangle.
Yeah, he's almost the size, but he has 2 long sides and 2 small sides.
Yeah, that's what we're going to mention here. So he's got, we'll do this and we'll copy this over here. And we'll say,
and
4, okay, 4.
In square.
Always 4 sides.
So square, he has the same size.
Yes, but now he has a slightly different. What's the difference?
Because he's longer.
Yes. I don't want to change this up. Let's do this because I technically want him to continue speaking. So if I want to indicate that he's still speaking, I'm going to do this little narration technique.
But aren't you going to put together?
I will. I can just keep him talking. We can make changes later. So,
okay.
So I'm going to shrink that. I'm going to move this. So I wanted to indicate that he's talking off screen. And then just to help out here, because he drags so long, it can do this. Watch this. Now, I've got a little trick I'm going to show you here. Now,
you're cutting him.
I will watch this. So,
okay.
Sometimes too short and too long. Watch this.
Is that another joke?
Watch this.
I don't know.
I can actually. No, you know what? That's not going to work for this one because that's not an independent image on the page. I realize I'm going to have to change this.
Okay, guys.
I would have normally dragged that behind, but
it's okay, guys.
Okay, let's do this. We'll do this. We'll just come.
Fixing it.
So we're going to come down here. We'll just put this.
I'm getting closer a little.
Okay. So let's drop.
Oh, that's a wall. Yeah, bricks.
Yes.
A blue bricks wall. A blue wall made of blue bricks. That's so crazy.
I didn't copy it. Always 4 sides. Sometimes too long and too short.
Here we go, guys.
Okay. So the problem is I need to make sure I get my 10 by 10 here. So I need to make sure I change my font. There we go. To match the other font. Make sure I get my size correctly here. I did. Good. All right.
Okay, he's getting a bit shorter.
We'll just maybe leave this as just by itself like that. Okay. Now, the next one is panel 5. Now, panel 5 here, let's see what it says.
Panel 5.
Okay, so I think this will be an example where we can use a narration box like this. Since we don't necessarily have a speaker, we may want to insert a narration box. Now, I don't want to necessarily use just a plain white one. I want to use one that emphasizes the color shift. So maybe we'll do this one now.
Sing a song. Make you feel a little bit better than all this work.
Now, how do I want to arrange this?
Oh.
I don't like the clashing overlapping color. Maybe we can do this. Oh, there we go. Let's do this. I think that looks a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go down here.
Lighter.
Yeah. So now we have the like panel 6, and you see us in 3D.
Is my desktop.
You see us in 3D.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Thanks, Siri.
What? What's wrong?
No, Siri. She's chiming in.
I didn't get that.
Yep,
Could
chiming
you try
again.
again?
Right? All right. All right.
Did
so-
you hear her, guys?
Yeah. All right.
I
Last
think you did.
Last panel.
She resaid that again.
Okay. So.
She's very funny. A little.
All right. Last panel. We're going to bring down the last dialogue here.
Okay, so you can have another panel.
I am tall. So, who's the tall one?
Him.
The rectangle, yeah. So we're gonna give him this dialogue.
Okay, he's right there.
Yeah, and then
Like
for the square.
He's on this side.
Yes. I am short.
He's on this side.
Is that right? Short.
It's like he's on this side.
Yes, I see. Yeah, you see him.
And
Good. All right, now here we go.
the square is on this side.
Yep. And there we go. We got the page done.
Yeah.
This is page 5. So what did you think? Was that interesting?
Yeah. So guys, you can watch this over and over again
Okay.
if you like.
All right. So here we go. We did another page, and I'll keep working on these, and you'll keep helping me. Okay. So say goodbye to everybody.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.